Greetings world. We are anonymous. To better understand the situation in Palestine, you must simply follow the money. Always. And when doing it almost always ends with the US and Israel before making its way to Switzerland. The Rothschilds. The aristocrats. The Jesuits. Then the Vatican. The true synagogue of Satan. The US and Israel have been discussing plans to build a canal to rival the Suez Canal for over 50 years. We must look at recent history to see the motives for the war occurring today. Around 20% of all world trade moves through the Suez Canal, which is controlled by Egypt. The Suez Canal was initially jointly controlled by French investors in Egypt. Ismail Pasha was forced to sell Egypt's shares to Britain amid a liquidity crisis in Egypt. Former Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser reclaimed the lucrative trade route in 1956, sparking the Second Arab-Israeli War, also known as the Suez Crisis. It has never before been so obvious that governments, politicians, and the military are all subservient to the corporations, like BlackRock, who stands to profit from every single one of these land-grab false flag operations currently taking place around the world. And it's all being hidden under the layers of misinformation and fake news, from treasonous slaves to serpents. From Paradise, California, Santa Rosa, Oregon, British Columbia, Lahaina, Maui, Greece, Portugal, Spain, Australia, France. We have already proved that these fires are all the result of geoengineering, weather modification, warfare, terrorism against the people by their own governments. The documents we leaked show the chemicals used in the chemtrails, when and how much to use, and the probability of a subsequent, quote, firestorm. Much like the so-called wildfires of today, the ones blamed on humans, climate change, and always some poor patsy to take the fall. The West does not want to rely on Egypt, a close ally of Russia, for world trade. The Ben Gurion Canal project, or Israeli Canal, has been the proposed solution since the 60s. Where would this canal be located? Part of it would flow precisely through the Gaza Strip. The passage would start by the port city of Eilat in Israel through the Gulf of Aqaba, crossing the Jordanian border and flowing through the Araba Valley before entering the Dead Sea before heading north around the Gaza Strip. Top secret and heavily censored are these documents, because they reveal that the U.S. Department of Energy was planning to take extreme measures to make this canal possible. On July 1, 1963, a plan was outlined to create the Israeli Canal by detonating 520 underground nuclear explosions throughout the Negev desert. Such a canal would be a strategically valuable alternative to the present Suez Canal and would probably contribute greatly to the economic development of the surrounding area, the document stated. The document notes that 130 of the 160 miles dedicated to the canal are virtually unpopulated desert wasteland, but the primary issue would be relocating those from the Gaza Strip. Another problem which has not been considered is that of political feasibility, as it is likely that the Arab countries surrounding Israel would object strongly to the construction of such a canal, the declassified papers show. Follow the money, always. The West does not want Egypt and, therefore, Russia to have control over world trade and the movement of goods. The plan was never executed because they knew no Arab nation would agree to such a power grab, and those 30 pesky miles of densely populated land mostly belonged to Palestine. This is all because the neocons are hell-bent on isolating Russia but at the expense of dividing the world. Is this why Blinken is saying there will be no peace in Israel and Ukraine? This is all tied in with Yemen, and there is so much more going on behind the curtain that would shock people on all sides. We will deal with the real complexity in a special report for the WEC. We have many other things to be exposed soon. The money trail never lies or tells a false narrative, and neither do we. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.